Hello there, people of the internet, and welcome to episode 3 of our Greedfall playthrough. Last time we found the missing Knot cabin boy. We went down an interesting dilemma of the fact that the sea gifted and all the seaborn, all that not nonsense. Then we went and talked to the Teleme ambassador, and we learned that Teleme is kind of similar to more archaic Catholicism. When we talked to Cardinal Antonius, but it is now time for us. We can go find the smuggler, or we could go talk to Teleme, not to Teleme, but to the Bridge Alliance ambassador. But we're gonna go find the smuggler first. Get this done real quick. And once again, before I forget to remind you, if you do like this content in our channel in general, you can subscribe. It is free of charge. And all it does is help our channel grow, help us out. Who knows, maybe we might hit 1,000 this year. If not, we might hit at least 300, which will be good. But yeah, click that like, subscribe. All that nonsense. Have fun.
So, you still haven't found your cousin?
I know.
I will bring him back in time to
Ask about the heretics.
Wandering about, suspicious looking, maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Keep from saying too
Nothing
much.
to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Teleme's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Knots. No one else may enter.
I already know about the Knots, Teer Fradee and
be
whatnot.
back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Well, I am dressed like a knot. This here's Harbour Master's office. Inventories. Change character. Yoink. You can have that. Oh, we'll just keep this on for a little. Ooh. Priest rubs. These are actually the. They get 48 armor. They have 40 balance, 20% quality, elemental resistance, magical resistance. I actually kind of like how they look too. And then we also have more gloves, some priest gloves. They look about the same. Oh damn, I need to upgrade that. Get mental power up to level 2. Oh, I'm actually liking the priest outfit and vibe a lot. Looks cool. Also, we got a lot of lore we're gonna read through. But we're going to read through the lore of the island once we get, you know, to Teer Fradee. That is when we'll read through the lore of Serena.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no naught. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Please.
Did I though? Did I?
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
I just lockpicked it instead of wasting that key. Nothing happened in there. Ooh, a box.
Who is there?
Historian.
Maybe they did save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please,
They're inquisitive.
have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
Yeah, because they look very
In that
like
case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about
these
your
are
teachings?
Martin
Why is
Luthers.
the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And
There are 97 reasons.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teer Fradee, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teer Fradee is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
Interesting.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
Mm-hmm.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge
Huh.
in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Hmm. This is actually very interesting because I don't want to arrest them. They're not evil or any of that. It just seems that they've discovered something that is actually very intriguing. And it seems they're more of the Lutherans of this time, Martin Luther.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Serene, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go convince this doctor guy. Oh. Oh, I can't go down. Annoying. I'll let her just jump off the back. Ooh, a box. Gold. Gold isn't quite precious, isn't it? What's my I have 43 gold. Damn. I spent 25 earlier. So yeah, I guess we'll also go talk to the Bridge Alliance ambassadors. Now, they're going through the Inquisition. Apparently, they also have the Inquisitors already, currently. So the Bridge Alliance must be, like... So, what it sounds like, based off real world text, it seems like Teer Fradee is Holy Land, the Promised Land, all that junk. And it looks like that's why they want to go there, like where they last had their religious founder. That's actually pretty interesting. Oh, okay. I get where this is going.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Teer Fradee. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate
Okay, well, how about the historians?
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Matthäus, the founder of the mythical Thélème. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
I would volunteer and consent to take them under my protection. But one good deed deserves another.
You would like me to first take care of your charlatan?
You will certainly prove to be an excellent legate.
Okay, I guess we're gonna go take care of the charlatan, but before that, we're going to learn about the Bridge Alliance and all their other things.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors, but our ancestors quickly realized that the Union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Interesting.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
So it seems like we're part of the truly neutral, and it seems like our country is like called the Congregation of Merchants.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Teer Fradee for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the
That is
only
crazy.
occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
And what of your war with Thélème?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Teer Fradee.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Thélème has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
Okay.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
That was interesting. So it seems they're all science-y.
Your Excellency,
Lord de Sade.
did you reconsider the request for asylum?
I believe I already told you.
I
Okay.
need to be going.
Goodbye.
So I guess we're gonna go do the charlatan mission. Hopefully we can get this done quick and then finish get these historians out. And then we'll go get Constantine.
Out of style. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
I'll just sell this sword. I'm not gonna use it.
Thank you for your visit.
Hey, I was gonna go
Welcome.
buy.
It's such a pleasure. Have you seen any?
I'll buy. Serene rusty mace. I can barely wield any of this stuff. Holy shit. One-handed heavy weapons. Great iron warhammer. Oh. Horn spiked mace. This is a lot better, but I don't really use it.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Anyway, let's go find this charlatan.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true?
Huh.
Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve
Well,
us the
well,
same.
well.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Ask about nasty
Are there
side
any nasty
effects.
side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Well, this dude ain't wanna actually drink or do anything. Oh. Let's go rob this fool. Huh. The pages are covered in small, almost illegible handwriting, experiment results, patient observations, and incomprehensible symbols. But the complexity of some recipes leaves no room for doubt. The author was a true alchemist and was certainly very knowledgeable. The weird alchemist of the Alliance who entered the room upstairs specifically asked us not to clean it during his stay. The old fool must not want us to actually break his vials or something, so leave him in his filth. The customer is always right. Okay. What the hell? I know I am. I'm low on mana. Also, these two soldier boots. These guys just came in here. Hey, let me out. Okay, you.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I will think about it.
As you wish, but don't wait long. Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Why are you so... Why is this dude so shifty about it?
Before his head ends up on a spike.
Is it like a poison?
To the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Wait, this is a kitchen I just ran into. Ooh, stuff. Doink. Everything, give. So, charlatan. Ooh, gold, give. Ooh, a letter, actually. Letter from an alchemist from Al-Sad. Dear Arif, I am genuinely sorry to learn that you have not found the peace you were hoping for in Serene. Since your departure from the academy, the situation has been deplorable. Those he had accused are now behaving as if the rules do not apply to him, regularly performing questionable experiments, and there is nothing the rest of us can do apart from keeping a low profile. I sincerely hope that you will eventually find some place where you can be at peace. Your friend. What the hell?
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob?
I'm neither deaf nor blind.
What? There's a bomb in the street? What?
Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is...
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Serene hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Serene bear you such hatred?
I was unfortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'll help him leave the
I'm going
city.
to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Well, okay. I gotta go deal with this mob, I guess. I'm gonna go help his. Ooh, no. Innkeeper's storeroom key. Kurt, give me your shirt. That rhymed. Okay, I still have it. Never mind. And they all form.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
I'll propose
I can procure you some excellent potions, as long as you promise to put an end to this. True potions of healing like those you thought you were buying.
What are you, some sort of alchemist then? I hope you're not the same feather as the other. If that's the case, we have enough rope to hang the both of them!
Trust me. I swear that each and every one of you will receive one.
Our trust was already given. We're going nowhere without seeing the merchandise.
Such a large number of potions. This story's gonna cost you a fortune.
I should be able to prepare them myself. Just need to gather the ingredients.
Oh my god, this is going to... Oh, what do I need to do now? I should have just ordered them to disperse. Okay, actually, what am I doing? Log. Journal log. The charlatans. Health. Help! Aw, you bitches. My health potions. I need beast essence.
Do you have those potions you promised us?
Not quite yet.
It's your last chance. If not,
I don't want to help them anymore. I don't like them.
you'll find all. Welcome. It's such. Have you?
Why? What do you got, merchant? You got any beast essence? Yes, you do. I would. You know what? Yes, I will purchase all of your beast essence. I had 99 gold. I now have like 67. 64. Potions. Help. Health. Craft. 1, 2. You know. Confirm. Yes.
Do you have those potions?
Here, you peasants have your potions.
Yes, here they are.
Hey, did you see that? That other alchemist kept his word.
The colour looks like it should. Not like those other.
Well then.
The alchemist is now far from danger. At
I
least.
did it
Go and
with
tell-
negotiation. They're all fine. There's actually been a lot of story and like politics going on, especially with Thélème and Bridge Alliance.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion?
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately.
I owe you my life.
I remind you to...
I have no...
Gone. Good. Also give me... You know what? I'll stay here. But I'm just gonna run back. We will see. You know, we'll end it here. And we will return to do the rest of the things. Goodbye.